Hey guys, so the other day I posted a short and it was all about my favorite travel app for Europe, and it's the Rick Steves Travel Europe app, and I really, really love it. But I also have other apps that I really love, and I'm gonna share the next one that I love with you today. So that one is a Visit a City app, and it is good for any city around the world. I have used it for US cities, international cities, like all over the place. It's got lots and lots of options. I'm gonna show you all of the features of it. Let's get going. Okay, so this is the Visit a City app. This is the homepage. Let's plan your next vacation and a search bar where you can type in your destination. This is my searches. So Boston, Cairo, New Delhi, Muscat. Those are all places I've looked at the past. So let's click on Boston. And as you can see, we've got things to do, hotels, plans in 1 to 3 days, sites, walking tours nearby. And we're going to click on things to do first. If you'll just scroll through this list, these are just different tours that you could sign up for. And it's just a place that's really nice. It's all kind of together. It's probably from Get Your Guide or other, providers, but that's your options to get a tour. The next thing is hotels. And when you click on hotels, it's just going to take you right to booking.com. And that's, just allows you to look for hotels in that city, which is nice to have that feature. We're going to go back here. And we're going to look at plans in 1 to 3 days. And this is actually my favorite part of the app because it allows me to create something of my own. So at the top, we've got popular, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, kind of lets you just, tailor your trip to the length of time and also just popularity. As we scroll down through here, there was all different options. We're actually going to choose Boston in 2 days. That's how long we're going to be there for. And we're going to scroll through. I don't know why the pictures aren't showing up on this particular day, but there are usually pictures there. So just imagine there's pictures. And we're going to choose Boston in 2 days, packed itinerary. And at the top, you can add your hotel. This is for day 1. If you add your hotel, it's going to give you directions of how to get to the first location from your hotel. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but you can. It'll just kind of tell you how long it's going to take you to get there, so you can kind of coordinate your day. You can also change it and say, okay, I want to start it at 8 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. That's definitely, they're just putting it in base time. So when you click on each of the locations, you can click on more, read more, and it's going to give you all of the information about that place. There's phone numbers. It's going to give you the address. It gives you the hours that it's open. It says open right there because it's currently open right now while I'm looking at this, but it has that for all of that. It shows you how you get tickets. And then you just scroll down to the next place. And as you can see, it says 7 minutes by walking. So from Boston Common to the Massachusetts State House, it takes 7 minutes to walk there. Average walking, granted, if you're slower or faster, that will vary, of course. But then it shows you, of course, all the same things for the next location. And it's giving you amount of time that it's giving you to spend there. So Boston Common was 10 minutes. Massachusetts State House is about 10 minutes. That's for a packed itinerary. So then you can go through and you can see everything else that's being offered. Shows you that you're just walking on all in between all of these different routes until you get towards the bottom. And I think that there's some driving on this particular one. 15 minutes by car. That's the last one. So if you'll notice, you probably didn't notice, but the last time that they have on here is, let's see, 4:55 p.m. They have you starting at 10 a.m. and 4:55 p.m. You're wrapping it up. So 10 to 5 is your packed day. Now in the summertime, you definitely could go longer than that, but they're probably basing this also on times that things are open. So anyway, that is just their suggested day for day 1. And then you could go on for day 2. Like say you're done at 5, but you're like, we're really not done. We have lots of energy. Let's just add some more stuff to our day. You can go see what's available for the next day and see if you wanted to add any of that to the previous day. So you can see here, you have more driving, I think, on day 2, but it's the same amount of thing. They have you starting at 10 and ending at 4. Now, if you look at the bottom, you have all kinds of things. You have Explore, Wish List, My Plans, Bookings, Profile. You have all those different things. You can actually log in and set up an account. I've never done that. So it saves every time I open the app, it's just got my previous searches and that's all I care about. I don't necessarily care about those other things. But anyway, like I said, you can go through and tailor it. You've got 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. You can do all of those different things. As far as that was plans, let's go on to sites. Sites just shows you all of the sites that we just kind of had on our trip. And you can look at the top, all attractions nearby and not in my plans. So you can see, maybe you want to see, okay, was there anything that they didn't put in my plans for me? And so you can see if that's the case, then maybe you could go to those things if you're already done. So that next one was walking tours, and that was very similar to what the things to do. And find interesting places nearby is really cool. If you actually, if I was in the place, I'm not in Boston right now, but if I was in Boston, I could say continue, and then it would search around me, and it would say, oh yeah, here, you're really close, standing right this second, you're close to these things. And it'll show you on the map. So that way, if you had plans, if you had time to see them, you could add them to your plan. When you scroll through the app, a lot of this stuff is the things that we were just accessing from the links at the top. So that's it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little review of how this app works. And like I said, you can do it for all these different cities, and it's just super, super helpful. I really love the Visit a City app. And like I said before, it's totally free, so you might as well use it. And just download it. It's good on Android devices or on iPhones. And you can probably use it on your tablet. I don't know, I haven't tried that. I've just done it on my phone. I don't actually travel with a tablet or, iPad or anything like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, see you later. Bye.